Yeah, bad. Right.
How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad can I be? I'm just following my destiny. How bad
Oh, I can still hear you. That's a good sign. I think it's working, bro.
All right.
I wonder how long it'll take us to stop saying that.
Never.
I can hear you now. Can you hear me?
now? Yeah. I can.
Dude, welcome, bro. How was your day, man?
It was all right.
What'd you do?
I tried to, go to a few stores, look for a better mic, but that didn't happen. So,
You sound better.
all right, that's good. That's all
Right.
that matters, right?
Is it? Because, I mean, you said some really funny things already.
Yeah. I mean, some
was
shit
that?
that got cut out.
What was that? Well, no, not that one. But, like, what was that thing that you said that rhymed with fisheye? What was it? Walleye? No, I can't remember what it was.
A brown eye.
Oh! And that is how we start.
All right.
Dude, welcome everybody to BoomerJ and DMAC. Don't know what to do because we don't know what we're doing. But
Episode 2.
yeah, episode 2, man. Already.
Right.
We got like a few subscribers, right? Like
Yeah,
20,
yeah.
23 or so?
23, I think, yeah.
23 and
And so
counting.
far, the video's got like 81 views, I think, something like that.
81 views. Do you know how
That's
many
pretty good.
times it took me to edit that video and export it?
No.
And then I would get done with the export and be like, yes, finally, it's ready. And then I'd go to like, and then the audio would be like out of sync just a little bit. So like we'd be talking and then it would be like, and then my voice,
That's awful.
yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. But
I know you were up for a while, dude. You sent me like more messages like an hour later.
dude, it was like, I think it was finally like 3 a.m. by the time I laid down. But it only took us like an hour and a half to like get set up and actually be
Yeah.
able to like hear each other. So
At least today's a little earlier.
it's like 45 minutes this time.
Don't matter. Still works.
It's still earlier. It's not, we didn't start recording at 1 a.m.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
So,
last
dude,
time.
We got some good stuff on the docket today, man.
We do.
Yeah, man. And
Yeah.
first of all, I just want to say, I'm digging the Superman bandana and shirt. Like
Yeah.
you're accessorizing, man.
Yeah, I know. That's the
Accessorizing.
whole point.
And then lower your head. Oh, there you go. Lower your head just a little bit. I'm loving that classy tape on the wall and that Trump flag.
Yeah.
That's like straight up like what's that show on Netflix? Trailer Park Boys. Hey, how you hanging
Bubbles.
that? Hey, how you hanging that flag on the wall, eh? Yo, hose teaser.
It works.
Trump is behind you, and he's just like looking all Rambo, and he's like, quite frankly, probably the flag is up with a piece of tape. Don't care. Could be better, but it's okay. He still loves me.
Bro, I'm sitting in front of my door. You would never know.
Yeah, no, I would never guess that the thing behind you is the door. I just thought it was like one of those big dumbwaiters, right? Like that you could like stick something in and like. So I just thought like, or like a laundry chute could be a laundry chute, right? to like the tenants below you. Here,
Give them my laundry. They're gonna go clean it for me.
wash my stuff. But anyway, so but yeah, last night went well, man. I think last night went well, man. The hour like flew by. I remember when we first started talking, we're like, yeah, man. I was like, keep it to like 30 minutes or something like that. And an hour later,
You just keep going. We got into like so many different things, and it was like, hey, we forgot to tell this story.
yeah.
Hey, we forgot to tell that story.
But that's what it's all about, man. It's a journey.
Yeah.
It's a journey, and everybody's along for the ride. And how about that, like that scene where you were like eating the cheese all by yourself?
That was fucking fantastic.
Totally impromptu, hit it with my fat elbow, and then there you are, just like it was like you were yes, Yes. We can talk about that first, actually. But like, you were literally like eating the cheese like it was communion. And listen, I'm not one for blasphemy, but you were like,
because it tasted so delicious.
but you were literally, it looked like. Oh man, I just realized my mom's going to be watching this podcast. I'm going to get in trouble for saying that. The blasphemy thing. Well, not really. I wasn't really blasphemous, but it did. You were holding the piece of cheese just exactly like. And I cut out of the picture. It was perfect. It was like,
yeah, it was great.
And then the part of the video where we thought we lost like your feed, and then lo and behold, when I'm editing, I'm like, oh, I'm like, he's still there. I'm glad you didn't like do something crazy, like, because like you weren't like you should. That's the moment where you like stand up and decide, you know what, I'm gonna take off my pants. By the way, pants check. Pants check.
I got him.
Pants check. Yes.
Bam.
He's wearing pants. He's wearing pants.
Yes.
I'm not.
Oh shit.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm wearing shorts. But
boxer briefs.
Boxer briefs. That's right.
Yeah.
So, anyway, so pocket cheese, right? So people are probably wondering what the heck are we talking about? And I saw that you converted your wife.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You converted Mel all in on
Mel's
the pocket
all
cheese. All in on the pocket cheese.
Mm-hmm.
So for all you guys out there that don't know what pocket cheese is, it's exactly like what it sounds. It's it's cheese from your pocket. Now, it came about. I was working, and I was in the break room, and I had some string cheese, and I was going to eat it, but I was kind of running short on time, so I had to get back to my desk, and I threw the string cheese in my pocket because I was like, oh, I'll just eat it at my desk. Well, like 30 minutes went by, I forgot that I had the string cheese in my pocket. So let's pretend. I don't have any string cheese. Let's pretend this is string cheese. Okay, he's got the string cheese. So I just kind of like nonchalantly just like reached into my pocket and like pulled out the string cheese, and I like was starting to open. And one of my coworkers, her name was Amanda, right? So she she sees me. So my desk is like kind of like facing the wall because that's what they do. Like, of course they're going to face me against the wall. Like this Justin guy, we can't have him in a normal cubicle. Like, let's just make him face away from everybody else so he can't distract everybody.
But you do with pocket cheese.
Well, dude, I do. It's so funny. Like, there was a hole in the wall at the place I worked, right? And so what I did was I took a cutout picture of Jack Nicholson from like The Shining.
Oh, you took a picture of that and sent it to me. I remember that.
It was a color picture, and I kind of like bubbled it, like bent it sort of, and put it in that hole so it looked like he was coming through the wall. It's amazing. They probably still left it there. It was right above my desk. But so anyway, so she like rolls in her chair, like from her desk behind me, rolls up beside me. So I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, I see her, and I'm like, I got the cheese in my hand. I'm like, what? And she's like, are you going to eat that? And I was like, yeah, it's string cheese. And she goes, yeah, but I saw you just pull it out of your pocket. Why was it in your pocket? And I'm like, well, so on the fly, I don't want to just seem like a weirdo. I was like, wait, you don't do that? Like, you don't put... And then I realized that I sounded like a weirdo. So I just went with it, right? I was like, you don't put cheese in your pocket? Like, have you ever like? And my rationale was amazing because I was like, all right, well, think about it this way. When you order a pizza, the pizza's hot, the cheese is hot, it tastes delicious. The next day, the pizza's cold, right? And I'm not saying cold pizza is really good too, but it tastes different when it's cold. So I told her, I said, well, the string cheese, it's the same thing. When it's warm, body temperature, it changes. I think I just said to myself, I'm thinking about the pocket cheese.
I'm sorry, I don't have an extra piece.
It's making me drool. But it's like, wow, the cheese, it's making me salivate. Salivary glands. The cheese. Anyway, so I'm like, yeah, and like, you know, like when you're peeling string cheese, Like when it's cold,
Yeah.
it like breaks apart, and you don't get. But when it's warm and you pull it, you get those nice long strands. It's just like it's string cheeses the way that it should, and it made me think of like back to like if you had like a packed lunch or something, and the string cheese was in there. You know, those ice cube things would only last for so long, and the cheese would be
So long,
the cheese would
yeah.
be kind of warm. And as a
Mhm.
kid, you remember pulling that cheese, and then as an adult, you're like, why does my string cheese not pull the way it did when I was a kid? And that's because it wasn't warm, right? So the pocket cheese became a thing at work, right? So like everybody like started talking about pocket cheese and started like putting the word pocket cheese in like songs. So like there's that one song that's like "Take Me Away, a Better," you know what song I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Where she's like,
Yeah.
"I got a pocket full of string cheese."
Yeah.
But yeah, so like then it just kind of became a thing, and I've been converting people like
Me included.
everywhere,
Done.
like everywhere, and then they try it and they're like, "Wow, like
That's a trend.
wow, that cheese is so delicious."
When I do it, it's like there's a little party that happens in my mouth.
Yeah,
I swallow it
that's
all.
what I hear. That's what she said. That's
There's another one.
I know, right? We should have a little counter up here, little counter, right there. Ding, ding. It'll just be just running. So anyway, so that's pocket cheese.
Pocket cheese. We explained it. It's
I
good.
was officially the cheese
You
guy.
converted.
I was
me.
officially the cheese guy at work because on a separate occasion, I went out and I bought some provolone cheese. Now listen,
Yeah.
real authentic provolone cheese is so stinky.
Oh yeah, but it's
Dude,
delicious.
it's so pungent. Like not the Sargento, like off the shelf, like provolone.
Yeah.
The Sargento provolone off the shelf. No, not that one. The like aged provolone. It's so
Yeah.
pungent, right? So me thinking like about pocket cheese and how it changes the flavor, I was like, well, let me see if microwaving it will like and melt it will like change the flavor of it. You know what I mean? And make it less potent, like in the mouth. Well, I accomplished the goal of making it less pungent in my mouth,
This doesn't sound right.
but it literally stunk up the whole office building.
Oh,
The whole
man.
office building. So the break room was across the hall from where we work, and then that hallway actually extends down to like the CEO's like office.
Oh shit.
But when I say that the cheese, so I'm heating the cheese up in the microwave, and I pull the cheese out, and it's on a plate. I don't know if you've ever done that where you just heat cheese long enough, it kind of like crisps up a little bit. So I'm
Yeah.
sitting there with and I realize how stinky it is. I'm like, this is really smelly cheese. So I'm sitting there, I'm like eating it real fast because I don't want anybody, because I don't want to be the culprit. So with my back turned, there's a couple people in the break room, and I hear one of them go, "What is that smell?" And I just kind of like looked over and was like, "God, yeah, what?" Like like when you let one rip, and someone smelled it, and they're like, "Who did that?" And you're like, "Yeah, who did that?" I'm like, I don't. I'm eating cheese. I'm like, I don't know what that is. So I finish the cheese. I just leave. I leave the scene of the crime, right? And then I walk in. I'm sitting down, and I'm like, okay, I got away from it. And then I sit down, and I realize that the smell is in the office now too, like in there. And then, like a timer in my head was going off, like a little countdown. I was like, how long until somebody says something? So one of my buddies walks in, and he sits down, and he goes, "Why does it smell like vomit in here?" Did somebody throw up in the hallway? And then somebody was like, it's like in a TV show. Somebody was like, "Gosh, somebody must have like lit up the bathroom or something. It's like awful." And I'm like, and so I'm sitting there with my face to the wall, like wanting to die. Like I wanted to like bust. And then the straw that broke the camel's back, right, was this Italian girl comes in, right? She's like super like Italian, and she says, I can't remember what cheese did she say. She said, "Why does it?" She said something like, "Why does it smell like ricotta?" Like, as soon as she said that, oh no, she said, "Why does it smell like Romano cheese in here?" It was a Romano. Why does it smell like Romano? And I like looked at her, and I just died. I couldn't stop laughing. I was like, "It was me! It was me!" I heat up cheese in the microwave. Like, and oh man, it was so funny. Like, and then we all just couldn't stop laughing. But that was after the pocket cheese incident. So I was like, officially.
You're the cheese guy.
I'm the cheese guy. What can I say? I like it. It's a delicacy to me.
Tastes delicious.
Culinary Institute of Art, cheese art. Can you do any impressions?
I can. They may come out.
That's what she said.
Hey, it's a pull-out game.
Like who? Like who? I've already hit the mic twice with my ear.
That's not good. It's those big ass headphones.
Gotta back away. That'll be the next upgrade.
Yeah.
It'll be the next upgrade. But anyway, so you're officially a pocket cheeser.
Oh yeah.
You've joined
definitely.
the pocket cheese army.
Mm-hmm.
And you even took it a step further. You went like past pocket cheese. And now you're putting Baby Bells in your pocket too.
Yeah, it's the same thing though. It's cheese.
I know it's shit, but I'm just saying, like, it works though, right?
It does.
And it's got
when they're in your pocket, and then all of a sudden you like sit down and then be like, "Hey, I forgot that cheese was in there." It's like bam, and then it's a melty gooey.
And you know it's totally ready because it's like totally body temperature, and that's how you know pocket cheese is ready.
Mm-hmm.
When
you pick it up and it flips over?
Did I ever sing you the song Limpy? That's a funny word. Know. That's a funny word. It's Limpy. What was that guy's name again? You know, the one that kind of like one leg was shorter. One leg was shorter than the other. What Limpy? Was that his name?
He bends over in the heat.
It gets too hot out, and he's all limpy. But did I ever sing you my song about pocket cheese?
I don't think so. What is it?
All right, you ready?
Yeah,
you ever heard "It's Amore," like the pizza pie song?
Yeah. It's Amore.
Yeah. When the cheese hits your thigh in the mid of July, that's a pocket cheese. When the cheese starts to melt somewhere below your belt, that's a pocket cheese.
That's good.
Cheese will string-a-ling-a-ling, string-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing mozzarella. Thank you. The official pocket cheese song.
We gotta market that shit.
I sang that in like front of the whole like office after the pocket cheese incident. It's pretty good, I must say. I sat there when I should have been working, and I wrote a pocket cheese song to the pizza pie song.
I mean, bro, you used to play video games while you worked.
It's okay, I don't work there anymore. I left them. They didn't make me leave. I left them. Yeah, I worked third shift. At a hospital as a lab tech. Oh, shit. And hey, when it wasn't busy, it wasn't busy. So I would bring my PlayStation 4 with me to work. So, like, if my supervisors see this later, like, you know, they were like, "That guy, I knew he was a slacker." But I consistently had great evaluation marks. So back off. If there's nothing to do, there's nothing to do. What do they want me to do? I would listen. I spent enough time in the military, right? I'm not gonna like if it's not busy, I'm not gonna get on my hands and knees and like scrub the floor with the toothbrush. I'm not gonna do it. Like, sorry. Just not going to do it. A happy employee is a good employee. And I was happy playing my video games.
Winning championship after championship.
Yes! Only in 17 though. Only in MLB 17. It's the greatest ever. That's kind of how we actually met, right? Like we met at the fort, but then you told me about this baseball league you were in, and it was all
great.
It's all history, man, as they say.
Yeah.
The rest is history. That's what they say, right?
Whatever it is, I don't know.
And you guys accused me. You guys accused me of restarting and stuff and cheating.
Listen, you did delete a league, right?
No.
Come on, he's not gonna listen.
Okay, I come clean.
I seen the video, man.
Well, those guys were jerks.
They fucking are. They
were jerks. So like I.
Do you still have the video? Yo, tell me you still have the video.
I don't think I still have the video. There's a video of me. There's a video of me deleting one of the guys. Remember him?
Yeah.
And I was like,
Adrian's got that video. And I was like, I think still.
You can see how big I was there too. Like I actually lost some weight between then and there. But anyway, yeah, I was cutting the fat out of the league, and it was fun. Just dropping people from the league. Oh, you don't like me? You're gone. But anyway, yeah.
Oh, the league was the best. You're like, hey, I'm gonna tell you something, but you can't tell anybody. I'm like, what? He's like, I deleted their fucking league.
That's what
they have no fucking idea.
That's what they get for talking behind my back.
They're a bunch of douche.
That's what they get for talking behind my back. That wasn't very nice.
I only knew Adrian. That was it.
Eye for an eye.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye.
Tooth for a tooth.
So, next up, I want to talk to you about the desert. Not dessert.
I like
not
dessert.
like rice pudding, bro. Like
rice pudding.
Like the Portuguese rice
cheesecake, bro.
The Portuguese rice pudding though.
Oh,
that's
no,
good stuff.
gross.
It's always
Listen,
it's like at every church function ever up there.
I got a Portuguese name, but the only thing I like Portuguese is like fucking Charisse.
Sure.
And maybe the pop soup guy. The pop
so
soup.
So explain to everybody what Charisse is for the non-Portuguese.
It's how do you say it? A sausage? Yeah,
because they can't just say sausage; they got to say Charisse.
Yeah, Charisse.
And it's not spelled the way you think it is.
No, don't ask me how to spell it.
It's
fucking stupid.
It's spelled like it looks like Chirico.
Yeah, Chirico. Some people call it. Rachel Ray calls it that. Chirico.
Yeah, I called it that in front of a whole church full of Portuguese people, and I almost died. Like, so I was up there. I was reading the announcements, and I knew how to pronounce it, but like my non-Portuguese just took over. And my French Canadian was just like Charico. But so like I'm reading the announcements, and there's like a Charisse and chips like thing that was gonna be held like in the church hall afterwards. And I'm getting down, I get to the bottom, and I'm like, and on blow and blow, not blow and blow, was it on such and such a date? There's gonna be a Charico and chips sale. And as soon as I said it, I like looked out and I looked at everybody, and they were all looking at me like. And they all started like,
"What the fuck is this guy?" Huh?
Yeah,
hey,
this next one, like,
guy, huh?
Like you're in church, like no judgment, right? But they're like totally judging me because I said Charisse wrong. God, it's so Charisse is kind of like
it's fucking
chorizo, which is like Mexican sausage, right?
Yeah,
chorizo, Charisse, and then what's that other one? Cacoila, casurla.
Yeah,
it looks like cacoila. It's like Portuguese pulled pork with spice.
What's they have blood pudding too. That shit.
Oh,
my friend.
Oh, what? No,
you never heard?
No,
it's like a sausage.
No,
but like it's like they have blood and
oh,
gross.
See, I draw the line. See, here's the thing. I like all types of meats and stuff.
Yeah, I know you do.
That's what she said. But the thing, I draw the line at organ meats. I don't do organ meats.
You don't like my organ?
I don't do liver, like beef liver. And I've heard chicken liver is good, like when you fry it up. But how is there any health benefit from that, right?
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, it's so good for you. Yeah, not when you fry it in like grease. Like, I'm sure it tastes great, you know? It's liver. It's good for you. No, but like so like beef liver and kidney and and tripe. Ugh.
No.
Tripe. You know what tripe is, right?
No, I have no idea.
Tripe is like the intestine. Like chitterlings.
That's
Yeah.
Oh, I know what you're
And
talking
when you
about. That's
and
gross.
listen, I've opened it before, like just to like I bought a can of it when I was on my keto diet thing, and I was like, well,
Yeah.
it's supposed to be like a really good like thing, and I opened the can, and it's
No.
intestines. So just imagine how intestines would smell. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. So if you ever
Yeah.
wanted to know what it tastes like, just eat some intestines. I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's disgusting. Anyway.
My mother's boyfriend when I was a kid, right? He used to eat pig's feet and pig ears.
Oh
Right?
no.
He used to boil them and shit. It's like that. Go outside. I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Yeah, no. And even like I want to like bone broth, and people talk about all the benefits of bone broth, but even bone broth and like the oiliness of it just like makes me like
Makes your skin crawl.
it does, man. See, we went from like talking about like good food to like organ meat. Now everybody's like, all right, let me look for the next podcast.
And we got that from the desert.
Yeah, they're like
the
like 1 star. They talked about nasty organ meat, 1 star. Hey, those guys, they were talking about some really good food. Then they started talking about organ meat, 1 star. So the desert. Back to the desert.
Yeah.
And this is how an hour starts, right?
Yeah.
Like this might be a 2-hour episode.
That happens.
So, all right. So I was in the Navy. I was a hospital corpsman. I don't think I mentioned that last episode. I was in the Navy for almost 10 years.
Thanks
It
for
was
your
like,
service,
hey man, I
bro.
appreciate it. It's an honor to serve. But like, so 9.5 years. It's easier to just say almost 10.
Yeah.
It sounds better in my mind. But how long did you serve, sir? Almost 10 years.
You should just lie and say
9.5.
Fucking
But
fine.
I don't want to lie. If I say almost 10 years, I'm not lying because 9.5 is almost 10 years.
I mean, what do they think? Yo, he was in for like 9 years, 300 and
Right, but it's like, and
2 days.
when I think about it now, saying almost 10 years is exactly like saying 9.5 years. As far as like the length, I'm not shortening it really. It's not. It just sounds better. It just sounds better. So I was a hospital corpsman, which is like an advanced medic, right? Like an advanced EMT. Okay, but you go if you're Fleet Marine Force, you go with the Marines. If you're blue side, you can still deploy and stuff. You just don't go out with the Marines. You don't render care to them, but you're in the hospitals and ships and everything else, right? So,
yeah,
and you work underneath a doctor's license a lot of times. When you're field med, or if you go like sub IDC and stuff, you have certain privileges that, as a corpsman, that you wouldn't necessarily have in the civilian world, like certain things you can do that you just can't without certification in civvy world. So, I was in the desert. I was in Kuwait, and in Kuwait, there were these. So you have well-established camps, right? There was like Camp Arifjan, which is like in like southern Kuwait by like the water. It's still super hot. Like the humidity there, just that raises up just a little bit, just makes like everybody at Camp Arifjan, like everything is just salty all the time. Like the water just evaporates from your body and salt. Everybody's got salty brims and stuff. But then when you travel up north, further north, closer to the southern tip of Iraq, where I was at Camp Buring, the humidity like drops significantly, like just, well, a little bit, but that little bit makes a huge difference. So it's more like dry heat, and it's just like, imagine like you're cooking some delicious cookies in the oven and you can't wait to take them out, and you open the oven and you like stick your face down there too fast and that blast of heat hits you in the face. That's how it like felt like when I got off the airplane. I got off the airplane, I was like ready to go. Oh, like they just like,
yeah, it's like you get slapped right in the face with it.
Awful. It was awful.
Shit hurt.
So I got 2 stories for you. This first one's, you're gonna die. I may have told you before. So you get we get to Kuwait. It's dark outside, and we all brought sea bags with us. We had all our stuff. Some people even had 2 sea bags, I think. But they were all on the plane. So we're on the tarmac, and for like the landing strip, sort of like where the airplane was, and we have to get our sea bags out from underneath the belly of the plane. So, actually, was it a plane or was it a truck that had the? I think it was the belly of the plane. Anyway, so I'm in there, right? I've got my camos on, right? And I'm in there with all the sea bags, and we have like an assembly line because it's the easiest thing to do. Everybody's pulling bags, and it was a long flight, right? We stopped in. We had a few stops. It's hard to even remember, but anyway, it was a long flight, and plane food and nerves because you're deploying and everything like that just makes your stomach like.
Fucking good.
Yeah, NFG, man, right? NFG,
right?
So I'm pulling these sea bags, and my stomach is just like killing me. I'm like, oh God. So like, I reached for one of the sea bags, and I just kind of like overextended a little bit. And I reached, and I pulled, and as I pulled, it was like, and I sharted so bad, dude, right down my stinking leg, man. Dude, it was mortifying, right? So what do? I just keep pulling bags? Because what am I supposed to do? Who knows where my sea bag is at this point? And all I know, I'm thinking to myself is, yep, just crap myself. And I still have like a 2.5 hour bus ride to my camp.
Oh my God.
So,
no way. You had this shit
so
for
I
2
had
hours, dude.
so I had like so you wear these long socks, right? And so everything was like everything was like quite frankly well contained. So and nobody could really notice at that point. Everybody's kind of stinky and everything like that, just from travel and the desert and everything else. So we're on the bus, and the bus had like, you're in the Middle East. The bus had these like curtains on them, like call them like Haji, like Haji curtains, but not racist. So so I'm sitting towards kind of the front of the bus, and I'm sitting there, just marinating in it, just stewing in it, and I'm like, just so like hating life at that moment. Like, you're like, nerves already get you and stuff. You're in the hot. It's like, yeah, why did I poop myself? Like day one in theater, what'd you do? Poop myself.
Shit my pants.
Yeah, totally. What was happening was like, were bullets flying overhead? Did you hear like mortars going off? No, I just had some plain food and I pulled a bag too hard. I go hit me. So anyway, so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden somebody says, "Somebody stinks like," and I'm gonna say it bad. Somebody smells like shit.
Yeah,
I had to for the sake of the story. All right? Who smells like shit? I'm like, yeah. Who smells like shit? So
that's you seem to do that a lot with the pocket
right?
cheese,
yeah,
shit
I'm
in
just
pants.
improvising. I don't want to be known as the guy who like crapped his leg, like pulling. You don't want to be that guy. So we get to the camp, and it's just I get to like, it's kind of like a makeshift. It's a tent really, where they had like these bunks and stuff.
Yeah.
And I finally get my sea bag. I finally get like a change of clothes, and I like took my pants off, and had to like peel my sock off. It was like, dude, it was like stuck to me. It was awful. And the boxers I was wearing stuck to me. Yeah, dude, they went in the trash so fast. I didn't care. I was like, I'll buy some more. I'll get some more. I don't care. They were gone so fast. But it was such a good feeling to like not be sitting in my
shower.
Well, baby wipe. But
it
was awful. But anyway, so finally get to camp. and they have these like even in theater, they build up little places that you can go as a soldier, or sailor, or whatever to eat. And they had like a Subway and a Burger King in the desert.
Oh,
But it's like
shit.
imagine like
That's fucking
trailer
crazy.
that's like set up like
Yeah.
lengthwise, and there's stairs that go up on one side and stairs that go down on the other. So it's like you walk in, it's like a buffet line almost, and then you can walk out the other side.
Yeah.
And they had some little like Haji shops and stuff like that you could like buy like trinkets and stuff from people that like handmade. And I actually have a lot of the handmade stuff still. I showed it on one of my live streams. Really cool hand carved like an elephant in an egg. You know what I mean? And like the egg, it's all stone. But anyway, and you can see the elephant on the inside. Super cool. But the problem is like it's not Subway and it's not Burger King, right? So it is.
What do you mean?
It
You
says
can't get a
it.
Whopper?
Yeah, you can get a Whopper, but you can get a Whopper, but it doesn't taste like a Whopper, right? So like it's made with goat or camel or something.
Camel toe.
Camel, you spit at me, you burger now. So actually they like revere camels out there. Camels are like a source of like, it's like a sign of wealth. White camels especially. That's not racist at all. Just kidding. Not just kidding. Like for real. And like if we were out there doing like firing exercises and stuff like that, you had to make sure there were no camels like downrange. You shoot somebody's camel, you're like, you can go to jail. It's like a war crime. I'm not even kidding.
That's crazy. Killing somebody's kid.
No, well, yeah, but so the food just doesn't taste different, right? I mean, it does taste different, but after the first couple times, it's just Burger King and Subway again, right? But the best part of it was they had these these guys, they called them third country nationals from like Bangladesh and Pakistan, right? And they made a living by upselling, like when you go in and these guys were like the most enthusiastic fast food workers you've ever seen in your life. You'd walk in and they'd be like, "Hey man, you want double meat, double cheese? Double meat, double cheese on your sub? Double meat, double cheese?" And you're like, no double meat, double cheese. No, come on, double meat, double cheese. And you'd be going on the line and you'd be like, "I want this and this." He's like, "You want double meat, double cheese, double meat, double cheese?" and finally, it just break you down to where like halfway through, okay, double meat, double cheese. And at that moment, they explode, all of them. They're like, "Double meat, double cheese, double meat, double cheese," and they're like dancing and stuff. So now you're like, every time you go in there, you're like, "I want to see these guys dance." Double meat, and then they're like dancing as they're putting the meat on their sandwich. Double meat, double cheese, double meat, double cheese. Slap, 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 slap. It's like amazing, right? So there's that, and then at the dining facility, they call it the DFAC in the Army, like a big, like almost like a airplane type hangar thing, and it's got tons of tables and cafeteria style. There's this one third country national dude from Bangladesh, like in the corner, and he sold ice cream. Ice cream back there. And again, super enthusiastic, right? He needed to sell his stuff. I mean, that's how he made his money. That's how he fed his family. And so he was just like over the top, just like those Subway workers, like double meat, double cheese. But this time he had like the one thing, the signature thing he had was like this mango tango, like sherbet. So like he'd be over in the corner, he'd be like, "You want some mango tango, mango tango?" And like he'd be like, "Yeah, give me some of that mango tango." It's like mango tango. And he's like dancing while he like scoops it. He's like mango tango, and he's like, it was awesome, dude. It's like I've never met people that were like more enthusiastic about their food job. Like they were just like, it was awesome. And then we had like this makeshift basketball hoop, and it was made like by the Navy Seabees, right? And they do a really good job at building stuff. Those guys, they're builders, awesome. And these guys love the third country nationals love to play basketball, but they can't play basketball. Like I was like Michael Jordan, and I can barely dribble, right? I can't even dribble through my legs, but I can dribble normal. And now, so give a basketball to like a 4 or 5 year old kid. That is how these guys like bounced the ball and stuff. Like they would like bounce the ball and like jump at the same time as the ball bouncing type of thing. and they would like granny shot the ball, or they would like push throw the ball like way over the goal. You know, so I'd be like dribbling around these guys, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like, so much fun. But I never liked to go in the bathroom when they were in the bathroom because they were weird in the bathroom. They were weird.
Why?
Like,
What do you mean?
no, not that weird. Oh, mango tango, double meat, double cheese. Double
We
meat,
got the
double
double
cheese.
meat.
I'm like, no double meat, double cheese. I'm just going to the bathroom. Double meat, double cheese.
I just want single meat.
Trying to like upsell salami in the bathroom. No, so like it was they culturally they like wash everything like on their face in the sink. They don't just like wash their hands. It's like they're like blowing in their nose and everything, like all over the. Oh yeah, because they're in a desert environment. They're getting the sand out of their ears and their nose and everything. Yeah, just like mouth washing, like water and stuff. But like, yeah, it was. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny. Good guys though. Good guys. But double meat, double cheese. No upselling in the bathroom. So let's talk about
you want the double meat? I got the pills. Is that guy in the bathroom corner waiting for you? Hey, you need the double meat?
Mango tango.
Do you need the little blue pill?
No pills. No mango tango. No double meat, double cheese. Just pee. That's all I want to do. All right. So.
Oh, shit. It's gonna be a thing. Double cheese. Hey.
Louder with Crowder. Louder with Crowder.
Change my mind.
They can never change his mind. He's too smart. He's too smart for him. Too smart. Wicked. He's wicked smart. SMAHT. Smart.
Wicked smart.
Dude, we've already been going for 41 minutes.
Shit, well,
I know.
What we wanted to do.
That's because we don't know what to do, Derek.
I know. See, I told you that was a perfect name for the podcast.
It was perfect. Bro. I don't know what to do.
And then it was just totally joking, and then you're like, no, that's the name. I was like, are you serious? He's like, yeah, that's what it's going to be.
That's how it happened, right?
I know.
Perfect. Then it gives an excuse to be bad at what we do. Yeah. We're like, guys, we told you.
Because we don't know what we're doing.
So don't judge us. Don't judge us by the fact that we don't know what we're doing. Because we already said it. Yeah. Disclaimer.
Yeah. Right. You already knew what you were getting into when you fucking
coming and you're like,
play.
These guys don't know what they're doing, but then you're like still here.
Yeah. I mean, look, I got tape fucking holding this shit up.
And this up here, that's not real wood. That's just he's green.
Shh, you're not supposed to tell him.
No, eventually it'll be real wood. That's what she said.
I love real wood.
But yeah, eventually I'll put some nice shiplap wood up there. It'll be nice. So can I say that the media sucks like so bad?
I think we know that.
The media in general is awful, right? So take, for example, the thing that's in the news right now, right? So with him saying disparaging remarks about World War I veterans, right? And what was it that they said that they called? They said that he said that he didn't go to France, right, to honor the World War I people, because they were losers. And what was the other thing? It's like so fantastical that like, that's what he said. Yeah, why should I go to that cemetery? Trump reportedly said it's filled with losers. Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the
he
thing.
Has no
exactly.
Sources,
but like, it's so like he's done so much for like veterans. He's praised the military. I can't tell you how many military people have been like, hey, I served 8 years under President Obama. And yeah, me, right? I served under him. And they said, and the last, no, it's okay. In the last, 9.5. The last 4 years.
You
not.
just got it. Oh, that's funny. Oh, good.
Almost finished. I'm gonna have a shirt that says, "I served in the military almost 10 years."
Almost 10 years. Oh shit. Sorry. All right, seriously. I'm ready.
So
All right, let's
he,
go.
what's so asinine about this is the fact that it came from the Atlantic. Okay, honestly,
Yeah.
I didn't even know what the Atlantic was. I thought it was like the Babylon Bee. I thought it was like like the Huffington Post. I thought it was just some ridiculous I thought it was like an article from like the Young Turks. Just a ridiculous,
Yeah.
No, the Atlantic is just like they try to consider themselves like serious journalism. And I'm like, no. But here's the thing, John Bolton, right? So they said that Trump didn't want to get his he didn't want to because the weather was bad and it would mess up his hair.
Yeah.
Isn't
That's
it ridiculous?
Fucking ridiculous. How would anybody?
And then all of a sudden he's just going to be like, yeah, and the World War I veterans, they're like losers. Like this is a guy who has been in business his whole life. He knows how to talk to people, and he knows the words that he says, especially whenever you think it's even in confidence, right, is going to come back. So do you really think this is what they want you to think, that Trump would just be so unabashed and be like, yeah, those World War I vets, they're all losers. They're losers. They're not. It's just they attach like such a fantastical like story to it because they're like, yeah, because they've manipulated their own base into thinking that this is the way Trump thinks. This is what he does. They don't. Almost didn't even have words for it because of how.
You know what I really think it is? I feel like liberalism is like a mental.
You're not the first person to ever say that. That's crazy, for sure. Dude. It's just.
It feels like it.
And listen, if I see another story from a liberal news source that says it came from anonymous sources, I'm going to lose my mind. An anonymous source, the guise of anonymous, the anonymity of it all, like the phantom that knows and sees what Trump does at every minute anonymously. And every time I'm reading a story like that,
it's like
the guy that knows a guy that knew a guy who's married to the guy.
I knew a guy who knew a guy who once beat up by Batman. I've seen it.
On record, they already have, I think, 2 or 4 people or something like that on record that have said, I was there the entire time and he didn't say those words. Yet the people that are remaining anonymous say, no. He did say, and I guarantee you that whoever those people were, I think it's 2 people on record that said, I was with him the whole time. He never said it. And they have no problem coming out and saying it.
Yeah.
The 4 people that said, oh yeah, no, he said these things. I guarantee you if they release their names, they're like a little cabal. They worked with each other in the Obama administration. They're all like on the same page. And here's the thing. If they had these damning words about World War I veterans way back then, when they were trying to like impeach him, well, they successfully, it was a partisan impeachment. It's partisan hackery, right? Don't you think they would have brought that up? It's funny how they bring it up like a month before an election or so. Like kind of weird, right? That they that's all it is. It's crap. It's a crap story. It's a crap story from a crap news source. It's not even news. It's not, and I feel embarrassed for Trump that he even has to like respond to this like assninery.
Well, the Atlantic, isn't it fucking owned some part by Joe Biden? The Atlantic, isn't it?
Of course. All it is a hit piece, folks. It's an unfounded hit piece. Donor. Okay? John Bolton, the Trump hater, right? John Bolton, okay? That just made a lot of money off of a book deal. That's what they do, right? Slam Trump, make money, okay? What's funny, okay?
It's a fucking tool.
Now, Trump did. He rejected the idea that the visit that he canceled a visit because he feared his hair would become disheveled in the rain and because he did not believe it important to honor American war dead. Like, are you serious? And then, so now Trump did say that John McCain was not a war hero when he was running because he got caught, right? So, like, he's not a war hero. He got caught. I get it. And he was trying to rile up the base. Though. But then, what do? So they take a little bit of fact, like what he said, and then they tie it to like total non-fact, to total something like asinine, where he says, the president also allegedly issued more derogatory comments related to longtime rival McCain, telling White House staff in 2018, following the Arizona senator's death, we're not going to support that loser's funeral. Like, I really believe he said that. No, he didn't say that. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come on, man. But then they don't do that anymore.
So
come on, man.
The whole reason why the president did not go to France was because of the weather, was because of the chopper, and was also because of the route in and out because of the bad weather was not strategically a good route. And his Secret Service advised against it. Okay, so they could.
And then they said it was going to take an hour.
Exactly, they didn't have a good way in and a fast way out. So it wouldn't be a good thing for the leader of the free world to do. It's called being smart.
Yeah.
Okay. And here's the other thing. In John Bolton's book, John Bolton said, the weather was bad. And Kelly and I spoke about whether to travel as planned to the Chateau Thierry Bellewood monuments and nearby American cemeteries, where many U.S. World War I dead were buried, Bolton wrote. So in Bolton's book, he's literally talking about this exact scenario, this exact thing that happened. And he's saying that they were discussing the fact that the weather was bad, that they shouldn't go. So they take a story, they take something that happened, and then they're like, well, you know what? We made everybody believe that Trump is just the seething maniac that says idiotic things. And he would say something like, you know, we're not going to honor these losers and things like, come on. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I'm over it, bro. I can't stand it. It makes me want to pull my hair out. And they're very luscious, so why do I want to pull them out?
Your hair is so luscious. I'm working. I'm working on it, bro. It takes a long time. How long you been growing your hair? Your whole life?
Oh shit!
That joke. How long you been growing your hair? I don't know. Forever. That's a bird. I got him. But no, but seriously, how long? Like, because you had short. I've seen pictures of you with short hair. How long?
I think it's been like 2 years. I mean, when we first met, I still had short hair.
So you're saying in 2 years I can have long hair like you? I might.
I don't get as curly as you. I mean, I get curls.
Yeah.
But yours are like really curly. How long have you been letting it grow?
My whole life. No, it's probably been like 4 or 5 months since my last haircut. So
there you go.
We'll see. I mean, we'll see. I mean, it kind of does. I
want to touch it.
It kind of does this number.
I want to run my fingers through it, baby.
I love it.
You like when I talk like that?
I'm hoping that it's just gonna like fall down, but it might just keep doing this. I don't know. I have a lot of like coconut stuff. I have like ethnic stuff in my hair. I'm not even lying. So I was. No, the reason why I started using like ethnic hair products in my hair, okay, is because I was at a gas station, okay, and this little old black lady, I'm not kidding you, right? And when I don't have the stuff in my hair is like 3 times the size, but it's still curly, right? It's like, and it looks like I'm like bald on top, but I'm not. It's just because of like how the curls are. And
curls.
So this lady comes up to me, and in the middle of like this whole pandemic thing, she comes up to me, this old little black lady, and she says, "My, you have the most curly hair." And she like walks up to me and she like grabs like my head, and I just stand there and take it. I mean, it's a little old lady, like whatever, like she's, you know. And this is the funny part, right? She says, "You must have a little black in you somewhere." I kid you not. I kid you not. And I'm like, well, yeah, maybe. Like, because my dad's like, I'll have to show you.
In my pants.
My dad, when he was younger, he had like very like kinky tight curly hair. So I mean, maybe, but like, and ever
You
since
never
then,
know.
she put the idea. And then she said it herself. She said, you could tame those curls with some. You need to go to the ethnic aisle and get some of that ethnic stuff for your hair. And I was like, all right, well, I mean, and I'm looking at the stuff. I'm like, it's shea butter and coconut, and like, I'm in curly hair heaven looking at all this stuff. And then I even bought this stuff called African black soap. I'm not kidding. It's a real product. It is a real product, and it has like awesome like oils and stuff in it, and it's like charcoal activated soap. It's like super good for like clearing up skin and stuff. Like if you have pimples or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's
You get a lot of pimples from the steroids.
I don't take more than I'm supposed to. I take what I'm supposed to. I'm not kidding.
Sure.
I want to die.
Says Mike
I don't want to
Trout.
die from taking roids.
No.
People die. They die at a young age, or they like off themselves and stuff because the roid. That's true.
Arnold's
But he put
still
in a ton
around,
of
bro.
hard work too. Like he's the governor.
He's the governor. Yeah.
Get to the chopper now.
Now.
Yeah.
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 Gotta get the
You
fuck out of here.
Yeah, you ever heard this?
It's not a tumor.
Hello, you've reached Arnold's Pizza Shop. I'm not here right now. I'm out killing pepperonis. If you come, it's like, if you want something crazy like pineapple, what the hell is pineapple anyhow? Shut up with the pineapple. If you want something crazy like mushrooms, what the hell are mushrooms anyhow? Shut up with the mushrooms. It's like, but if you want pepperoni pizza, you've come to the right place. So your name, number, serial number, how tall you are, if you are susceptible to any diseases. He's like, maybe I will make you a pizza, or maybe I will break off your arm. That's all look it up. Look up Arnold's Pizza Shop. It's great. It's great. Arnold's Pizza Shop.
Arnold's Pizza Shop. I will. Could have just played me the video, bro.
Maybe another day. Maybe another day.
We got videos.
I just want to run over a couple of things with you real quick, and then we're gonna do a video and a couple other funny things. All right.
All right.
We're at 56 minutes, bro. So
that's good.
What's one of the things that they always call Donald Trump? What's the biggest like slam on Donald Trump? Yes, bingo.
He's racist.
Survey says, ding, 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 ding. Trump's a racist.
That's number one.
That's number one, Steve.
That's number one,
yes,
Steve.
I'm Steve. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Does the Machado family want to play? We will, Steve.
That show is always on when I'm in the break room eating.
Dude, he does like fucking 10 of those a day, dude. Or like the fucking 10th one, he's like, shut the fuck up.
He's like, yeah, you think you're funny. Okay, yeah. So I have here 125 reasons or 125 things that President Trump has done that's awesome. And I highlighted. No, I'm not going to name them all.
Name them all.
For way too long. But this is just some of the stuff that the media won't show you, right? But he's a racist. Are you ready? Trump recently signed 3 bills to benefit Native people.
I'm ready. I'm all in.
One gives compensation to the Spokane tribe for loss of their lands in the mid-1990s. One funds Native language programs, and the third gives federal recognition to the Little Shell tribe of Chippewa Indians in Montana. Sounds pretty racist to me. Okay. In 2018, President Trump signed the groundbreaking First Step Act, the criminal justice bill, which enacted reforms that make our justice system fair and help former inmates successfully return to society. Sounds racist.
Wow.
The First Step Act,
right?
Right?
Not like the 3-strike rule.
3 strikes, you're out.
From Joe Biden.
For life. All right. The First Step Act reforms address inequities in sentencing laws and that disproportionately harmed Black Americans and reformed mandatory minimums that create unfair outcomes. Sounds pretty racist. Like, honestly, if he was a racist, do you think he would do these things?
Right.
Or do you think he'd want to keep the people that they say he's racist towards in jail? Just saying. The First Step Act expanded judicial discretion in sentencing of non-violent crimes, which means gives judge discretion, that they're a judge. So they're not locked into like, hey, It was a nonviolent crime, right? But you got to go away for life because the law says so. Thanks, Trump, for getting rid of that tomfoolery. All right. Over 90% of those benefiting from the retroactive sentencing reductions in the First Step Act are Black Americans. Sounds pretty racist, right? Right? That he would want 90% of those people, those Black Americans, out of prison. Not in prison. He wants them out of prison. So racist.
Yeah.
The First Step Act provides rehabilitative programs to inmates, helping them successfully rejoin society and not return to crime. So racist. So racist, right?
That's what you want. Yeah.
Trump increased funding for historically Black colleges and universities by more than 14%. Super racist.
Did fucking Obama do that? No.
Trump received the Bipartisan Justice Award at a historically Black college for his criminal justice reform accomplishments. So even a Black college was like, dude, Trump, you're awesome. You're a racist, but let's give you an award anyway. Poverty rates for African Americans and Hispanic Americans have reached their lowest levels since the U.S. began collecting such data. Super racist. President Trump has called on Congress to pass school choice legislation so that no child is trapped in a failing school because of his or her zip code. They always talk about trying to keep people down and like they can't leave. Well, there you go. President Trump's historic tax cut legislation, including new opportunity zone incentives to promote investment in low-income communities across the country, lifting people out of poverty. African American unemployment is at an all-time low. Hispanic American unemployment is at an all-time low. Asian American unemployment is at an all-time low. Super racist. Can't even.
Totally is. I agree.
But anyway, I'm just pointing out that he's totally
not racist. Herschel Walker.
But you know what? He's a sellout. Like when people of color, right? Is that what you're supposed to say now? People of color. You get in trouble if you say it any other way, right? But
pretty much
when they say it, they'll find a way to call him a sellout, or you're an Uncle Tom, like what Terry Crews, Uncle Tom, because he's not married to a Black woman, he's married to a white woman. People they actually literally, or is he white? She's like Spanish or something, but like they're like your opinion doesn't matter anymore, and it's not because you're married to someone that's not. It's because you have an opinion that is different than the thought, than the collective, you know, and you're successful, and they damn success, you know. So it's like,
you remember I was telling you about the Trump store up here?
I know that there was like
Did
a
you see any of that
BLM
stuff?
like thing out in front of it.
Yeah, there was but a whole bunch of Trump supporters went there before, like an hour before it. But there was this one or two chicks that was running through saying Black Lives Matter. Dude, there's a video, right? The video, and she's like screaming at a black dude saying Black Lives Matter, and the dude goes, "Just because you have suntan doesn't mean you're black."
I'm assuming she didn't like that.
No, but she just kept walking back and forth, just screaming it. Like, I think a white woman telling a black man how to feel is fucking hysterical to me.
Listen,
like, how are you going to tell that man how to feel?
And I'm just throwing a figure out there. Like 90% of like the crazy like liberal activists out there are white women, just dripping with. Yeah, dripping with.
It's because they hate their wives. They're trying to make themselves feel better.
They genuinely believe it. They've genuinely been indoctrinated into believing this stuff. It's just
that blows my mind.
And just think about how demeaning it is. Like if you were to walk up to somebody that's black and you say, "I just want to say that I am so sorry for my white privilege and how better off I am than you because I'm white." So you did two things, right? The first thing you did was you saw that person not for a person or an American. You saw them as a black person. So you looked at their skin color first. And then you assumed that you're better off than them. They could be a millionaire. They could be super successful.
Exactly. They could have a six-figure job and you don't even know. You work at fucking Walmart.
You know, and I'm better. I assume I'm better off than you because I'm white. This is the mentality. And they're like, no, it's true. Systemic racism. And I'm like, well, the systemic racism exists in all of the democratic systems that have created it. Like every state that's like a democratic state that has a democratic governor, that has a democratic mayor in their big city, they're all failing. They're all failing. They're the systemic racists.
They look like fucking
It's like
war zones. All the buildings
but they
are
want to
abandoned.
point at all the other successful states and say, no, you guys, you're the one holding us down. You're the one. We just get like infinite amounts of money from the federal budgets and stuff like that. We're the ones. They're the ones that can't balance their budgets. They're the ones that don't put the money where it belongs, and they believe that just throwing more money at situations is going to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's like how much money has Baltimore got?
Yeah,
like Baltimore's gotten billions and billions of dollars, and it's still a rat hole right now. It's awful. It's awful.
yeah.
Did you see the video of that girl that running for?
I forgot that.
She's walking.
Yeah, I was actually just gonna bring it up. I don't know her name, but I seen the video.
You know.
Yeah.
Spitting facts.
That's crazy.
Good.
Yeah, I think Donald Trump just backed her too
Good.
the other day or something like that, right?
Like there's just so many success stories like
win.
on the conservative right that are just like they're uplifting stories and they're not about tearing other people down. They literally were making fun of and saying that the guy for Wisconsin, was it Wisconsin? The dude that is paralyzed or something, like something wrong with his legs. Yeah, and he was at the convention and he stood up. Like he pushed himself up and he was standing up and he's like, if I can stand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They basically said that they were using him as a prop. No, that guy ran himself. That guy he wants to be in government and he successfully ran and won. You know what I'm saying? Like that, like, but no, they want to damn that too. Like they're using him as a prop. He's clearly.
That's crazy.
Yes.
Dude,
it gave anybody chills, with a normal pulse chills to watch, you know, chills.
Yeah, I knew it was going to happen too because the two guys were standing on the side of him like, yo, he's going to stand up.
Anyway, and then just one more thing to highlight the crazy liberal left, and then we'll go on to something else here. All right, and I'll let you guess what this person's profession is. All right. So Arizona woman threatens to shoot Republican congressman in the head. Wait, there's more. Okay. There's more. First of all, just on that headline, what political affiliation do you think this woman is attached to? Do you want to guess?
Blue.
Blue is a color, Derek. You're wearing it. Blue is not a political affiliation. No, I know. Don't ruin the color blue. It's a great color. They've done it enough. The lady's name is Margaret Kathleen Spangenberg. Okay? She's would you want to guess what her profession is? What she used to do?
I mean,
no.
What she used to do?
She was a retared gifted teacher and licensed insurance agent. So, why? Yeah.
Like those teachers don't want to go back to school.
I'm not saying that all teachers don't want to go back to school because there are some teachers that are like, I don't know, smart and conservative and they don't push their views on other kids. Okay. But this lady who just said that she wants to shoot a Republican congressman in the head, she was teaching your kids. But she's gifted. She's gifted.
That's crazy. Listen, as a teacher, you shouldn't be pushing any political agenda on anybody. You're supposed to make kids be free thinkers.
They're all about indoctrination. And they're the ones creating stronger conservatives because those kids end up having to like fake papers and they have to fake to be like liberal and they know it feels wrong. And they're like, why am I having to like fake my beliefs? Because I fail when I actually speak my mind. But when I pretend to be something, they give me a good grade. And that doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel like I'm doing something wrong. So the liberal left thinks that they're like having this big impact, and all that they're really doing is they're making more young people aware of the ass-ninery that is the left. And they're just creating stronger conservatives. Look at all the strong, like young conservatives we have that are just kicking ass, like Charlie Kirk and Candace Owens and Steven Crowder. He's like my age. Like, dude, they are like just awesome. Ben Shapiro. They eviscerate any liberal left person. They do. They can't
Yeah, because they can't come up with their own thought. They'll just say like, "I'll vote for Joe Biden because
he's a good guy. Donald Trump. He's going to bring jobs back." And I'm like, "From where? What jobs?"
Yeah.
And they're like, I don't know. Well, he's a good guy. He's just not Donald Trump. Okay, well, what is he going to do? Tell me what he's going to do without saying Trump. What is Joe Biden going to do for you? Don't say Trump. they're like, he likes toasters. I don't know. Like, it's just,
They can't do nothing.
he falls asleep in interviews. I don't know. Like, what good is this guy going to do? That he's been in government for like 47 plus years. He's had plenty of time. Donald Trump has got so much time.
Did you hear his last interview? His last interview, right? The one that was in Wisconsin.
Mhm.
Remember we were talking about it earlier before we were recording. The black lady who was talking, dude. If you listen to more than just that question, though, dude, he sounds like he's like having trouble breathing. I know the mask is on him,
What
but
time
dude, it
was it?
sounds like he's gonna pass out. He's like, and then he'll
Was
talk.
it past his bedtime of 5:30?
No, I didn't see that.
Was he like, I need my nappy nap and my milk and my jammies?
Maybe lunchtime.
Give me my warm milk, sir. I need to sleep. It's 5 o'clock.
It's just
Time
like,
to sleep.
I can't answer
His
this
brain
question.
at 4:30
need
is
my
already asleep.
Oreos.
His body is just walking around and his brain is asleep, and that's why he says these things. It's like a treasure trove of just like insane. It's so good. It's like it just provides us with endless material, and it's sad. Like his mental decline is sad, and they're just propping him
I
up.
like it.
They're just, it's like, but anyway. So back to Margaret Kathleen Spangenberg. She says, so the way I see it, now, okay, so she's talking to this Republican congressman, like in Twitter or something like that, or Facebook or wherever it is. And she's like saying some things about the fact that the congressman supports Trump. Okay, so she says, so the way I see it, since you supported a child rapist who has 65 years of crimes and you're doing shit about COVID, and I've had people die, I think it's totally okay for me to come with my gun and shoot you in the head. She sounds super rational, and I would love to just like share a coffee with her and talk and just have a reasonable like rational political dialogue with her.
You know who I think she is? You can't do that. You know, remember when Donald Trump won? And there's that girl screaming in like the middle of the street with the glasses on? Yeah, that's her.
Just wait. Like,
why? No. Why?
The definition of sanity is them, right? Now, actually, the definition that describes the left is called being a bigot, what they call us. Because if you look at the definition, to be a bigot is to be intolerant of other viewpoints. I'm I'm tolerant of it. I just don't accept it. I'm tolerant. But like, dude, they are the ones that are super intolerant. They're the ones that say, no, it's my way or nothing. Like, there is no compromise.
Or it's like if you talk to somebody, like, I'm cool, like, you can like whoever you want, man, I don't care. But it's like as soon as you find out, like, I like Donald Trump, it's like, oh, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and they'll leave. But like, I already knew who you like. Like, I didn't care.
Biden out of the water. It's just it's gonna be a slobber knocker. So she says,
a good old slobber knocker. It's gonna be he's gonna be in a one. Well, what did JR used to say, guy? It's gonna be like a man in a one-legged ass kicking contest.
Donald Trump is gonna come out and he's gonna be like, it's time to kick ass and chew bubble gum, and I'm all out of bubble gum.
Oh my God! Here he comes down the ramp, the president.
So here's Miss Spangenberg.
He's coming in to beat old man.
That's what we
Biden.
think of you, Mr. Gosar. That's the Republican congressman. You're a murderer supporter, and you're just going down. Murderer, murderer, murderer supporter. You are going down. We'll make sure we'll send a lot of protesters your way too.
Oh shit, bro! This is worse than what you thought. It's a voicemail.
What's a voicemail?
Yeah. What you just read is a voicemail.
It's great. So now she's like stalking the guy.
That takes even more balls, because Twitter, you can have Twitter balls, but I mean, you're calling this person.
And you know what? She actually said them. It's not like the Atlantic saying Trump said the World War I. Anonymous sources, always anonymous sources, guys.
Right.
Listen, anonymous means made up. It's made up. Sorry. especially when you already have people on the record
No.
saying was there the whole
Fake
time,
news.
didn't happen. But unfortunately, they don't care that it's not. They don't care that it wasn't true.
Clinton News
The
Network.
damage has been done. That, like, you know what I mean? It's just a total political hit. So anyway,
Yep.
so this has gone on way too long. Actually, no, it hasn't. It's been a lot of fun.
I love you, Johnny Cakes.
I'm just a man of constant sorrow. I've seen trouble all my days. You know what that's from, right? What?
No.
That's from Oh
No.
Brother, Where Art Thou?
What is it?
Never seen that?
I never seen it.
I was born in
No.
old Kentucky, the place where I was born. No.
Did any of them touch kids?
They're not quite at the Biden level yet.
I don't know.
They haven't hit. They haven't hit Biden sniffleicious.
Sniffalicious. I got a new nickname.
I was just about to say it
Snuffleupagus.
because when you said sniffleicious, I thought in my head I thought snuffleupagus. Yeah.
Yeah. That's what instantly came to mind.
So that's right.
Great
who's Kamala
minds
Harris
think
then?
alike.
Or Kamala? How do you say your name? Oh, it's Kamala because they it's Kamala because the guy was like
Kamala.
it's like saying comma
Kamala.
Kamala. And then Biden comes out and it's like, "Where's Kamala?"
I don't know.
But they'll criticize Tucker Carlson for saying Kamala, and he'll be like, "I don't care. It's her name. Whatever." People mispronounce names all the time. Do you know how many times people have mispronounced my name?
Yeah.
I get called Jason. My name's Justin, but
Yeah.
it starts with a J, ends with an N. They're like, "Hey, Jason," and I'm like, "It's Justin." No, it's like whatever. They made a mistake. I don't care. It doesn't offend me. Sticks and stones, mother trucker. What?
You know how many times I get called Eric?
Eric. Yeah, because
I get called Eric all the time. Eric. Listen, Mel's grandmother, right? You know, she passed away, God rest her soul. But every time I'd see her, right, she'd be like, "Hey, Eric, how's it going?" And then her grandfather would be like, "It's Eric."
What's her name? Aunt Edna? Or no, what's her name from Christmas Vacation? Or like George Burns. He's like,
"Oh,
will you please say the blessing?"
Yeah.
He's like, "They want you to say the blessing. I pledge allegiance to the flag." It's Derek.
That's a good movie.
I can see it. Derek, you're not doing anything constructive. Go in the living room and get my stogie.
I light it up for him.
All right. So we got a couple videos for you to end tonight, right? So we're gonna look at. So here's what we're gonna do, right? So I'm gonna take a look at a video that Derek has for me. Now I have not seen this video. All right. So this is what how do they say it? I'm going in blind, right? It's a blind view. So let me see here.
Going in raw, dog.
Here. And we're using an application which is super cool.
I gotta invite you
It's
again.
called Rave. If any of you guys want, you can like watch exactly what someone else is watching at the same time. You can even chat to them real time. This is not a promo, but Rave, if you're out there, that's right.
Call
They're
him.
probably like a super liberal company, and they're like, no. Like, no thanks. Okay, I'm joining the Rave. All right. Hold on. I'm gonna.
There you are. This guy Boomer Justin has entered my room.
I'm here. All right.
Where'd you go?
I'm going to plug in my earpiece here because I don't want to mess up the sound. I'm gonna listen to it. I'm gonna put it over here.
All right.
All right.
All right. I'll make sure mine is muted.
Right. Play away. Yeah.
It's not so important.
Should have.
Oh, surprise! I have
Now,
some pretzels for
Melania,
you.
do you know what you just said?
Well, you're cheery.
Me? I'm always like this.
Oh yeah, sure.
You're certainly not going to be.
When can I see
You're
you
bad
walk
company.
away? Can't wait.
Oh, you suck. Now's your chance.
Well,
Call
you
it
can
off.
be a funny wiener, can't you?
Now's your chance. Call it off.
I'm important.
I'm important.
You want to be me, don't you? Quite a figure. Quite a figure. And no.
Looks like we have
problem.
Yeah, leave it to me. Okay, we're gonna squeeze him.
Strategically.
Hadouken. Hadouken to your face. Harubababa. Are you wearing a big boy shirt?
Yeah, I probably never will again.
Help.
He said help.
I'm gonna barf. You ever washed that wig?
You got me again, George.
Yeah.
Good one.
That is a zinger. I like your nail polish, but not too much. Now pretend I like you, but
How
I
long
hate
do you think it
you
takes
inside.
them
You're a
like,
creep.
make these things?
I think you're old like dirt.
Repeat after me.
Oh, it's gonna be.
I make
Clarence Thomas. baby.
grease pellets in my sweat.
I make grease pellets in my sweat.
I was disappointed they didn't find the continent of Atlantis yet.
I was disappointed they didn't find the continent of Atlantis yet.
The new kid smells like falafel and wants to shave my mustache.
The new kid smells like
Falafels are
falafel and wants
delicious.
to shave my mustache.
So did Aunt Belinda.
So did Aunt Belinda.
Think, Aunt. You crushed it.
You think?
No, I'm teasing you.
Oh.
You look depressed.
I don't feel good. Now raise your shrunken hand and repeat after me. I gotta get a grip. You saw me squat.
I gotta get a grip. You saw me squat.
You think I won't fling 3 eggs at you?
You think I won't fling 3 eggs at you?
The goldfish of preteens never had a chance.
The goldfish of preteens never had a chance.
I personally have puked at a cage fight.
I personally have puked at a cage fight.
Then I chewed an awful lot of cheese.
Then I chewed an awful lot of cheese.
And I stored it in my
I
gut.
stored it in my gut.
What's your
My
name?
president.
Together, we will build a bar in rural Connecticut, and we will make it a bar with a nanny, and we will make it a bar called Brown Lady, and we will make it a bar that has stuff in it and extra good leather. When you want to make a bad day a greater day, then come to Brown Lady. Now let's party. No music, just me. You know what I want later? A hamburger and milk duds and not fish.
Good old fun.
Yay!
I'm also gonna need you to scrape my bunions.
Yes, good.
Gross.
The guy's the boss, you know, so
Just remember who brought you here.
thank you, my prince. Thank you.
With no music, it's so funny.
I win!
You know, you might want to clean my car after this.
I mean, now I really wouldn't call it yours, right? Because you gotta go back to the Jetta. Pretty dorky.
At least I still know how to drive.
Yeah, I do not. I don't do it.
Well, I got a big truck.
I'm gonna figure out a way to bury your stuff fast. I'm burying your junk already.
That's my past.
Yes. Where we go one, we go all.
The kids
Bury
made
your
me a
stuff.
shiv, and I mean, I'm not afraid to use it.
Eyes up
You got a
front,
blade?
look straight ahead.
Every day I worry all day. I was waiting in the bushes of love.
Here's the thing, like,
Something's waiting in the bushes
I can
for
laugh
us.
about that, right?
Yes, something's
Like-
waiting in the bushes of love.
Comedy, man. Like,
Yeah.
how many people do you
making
think
fun
watch
of
that? and are Like,
everybody.
I can't believe they're making. You know,
Yeah.
Obama said what? Like, yeah, you know, like, come on, like, have a sense of humor.
Making fun
Have
of
a
either
sense-
way. Yeah. I believe they're making fun of Trump.
All right.
Ugh, I'm like, shut the
So-
fuck up. It's comedy, dude.
So what I'm gonna have you watch, all right? Mine's a little short. Well, I'm gonna invite you. I'm gonna invite you. So
So how do I
We
go
go
to
up here?
yours?
type this in real quick. It's gonna be really good. So you already had yours pulled up, so that was. Well, no, I can't. Like, I don't think
Yeah.
I don't think I could have mine.
Call
Well,
smart.
you are smart.
I'm just kidding.
Here we go. Mine's only.
Yeah.
Which is so
and
funny
being
because you
rude.
did the inauguration, right? And you're gonna be like, "What? How, like this? You read my mind.
Yeah.
You totally read my mind." Look, here we go. Look at it. Oh, you're not in the room yet. Okay,
Wait, where's your? I'm not
I
in the
gotta
room.
invite you, or you might be able to just look. Let's
No.
see. I'm gonna
How do I
invite
get
you
in the
right now.
room?
Here we go. Derek has been invited. Send one invite.
Oh, there we go.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States. What a great honor to be able to introduce for the first time ever anywhere the 45th President of the United States of America.
How much joy this brings me.
Hey, it's the school teacher.
I am so sorry to my world. I am so sorry to my world. This is not what we want.
It was who we wanted. That's why we elected him.
There's so much potential for beauty and for devastation. In this one moment, it's just almost incomprehensible that they can exist right now.
And we are grateful.
So
There's so much potential for beauty and devastation.
It's crazy.
Like,
dude.
do you know what you're saying? There's so much potential for beauty and devastation. Which one is it? Sister? Love that. That never gets old. That never gets old.
Hilarious.
There's another video.
Oh.
Yeah.
It
There's another video
That was
where
just
like
so funny though.
it's
'cause we
Donald.
talked
It's
about it when we
and
talked
this
about
one
it.
never gets old. It's like it shows everybody. Like the first half of the compilation is everybody saying Donald Trump will not be president. Donald Trump will not be president. Donald Trump will not be president. And after all of them, right, it goes to Ann Coulter, and she's like on some liberal. I think it's like is it Bill Maurer, whatever his name is, and they're like, of the Republican nominees, who right now has the most chance to win the presidency or the nomination?
Yeah.
And she says that right now, at this point, Donald Trump. And they all just like laugh. And then all of a sudden, the music starts playing on the video. And like you just see like the election, you just see all the states, you know, like, and you see all the projections still, how Hillary's just so far ahead. And then all of a sudden it starts to swing, and you just see the people's reaction go from like this super like high, like Hillary's got this in the bag, to just totally just like wanting to, they just lose it, just like her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's.
Mm-hmm. I remember watching that at night. Dude, I
awesome.
was sitting in bed. I'm like I can't
He's doing such a
believe
good
this
job
shit's
for
really
this country,
happening.
and he's just taking
I was
so
like,
much
holy
flack. And
shit,
you know
it's
what?
gonna
He's
happen.
doing all of these things, all these accomplishments, and while he was in the middle of like the partisan impeachment and in the middle of the virus, you know. One last thing. I know we're already. It's a long. One last thing. I just wanted to show you something. Okay.
Uh-oh.
It's important that you see this. It's important that the people see this. Okay. It's important that the people see this. All right. So, check this out. All right. Poll. American Trust Media the least for COVID-19 information. All right. So, let me pull up. I have a graph on my phone, but the graph's going to be right up here. Dink on the screen for everybody to see. Okay. And what's so important to like realize about this is a graph that shows the trust for information about the virus, and it was put out by CBS. Okay. So in March, people were polled and they were asked, how much do you trust your governor? And 69% of the people trusted their governor about virus information. 86% of people trusted the CDC in March. 46% of people trusted President Trump. And in these things, they never say President Trump. It's always Donald Trump. It's like the whole big, like, not my president. They never say President Trump. It's always just Donald Trump or Trump.
That's fucked up.
And then the national media, they only trusted 45%, right? So right then and there, which is great, in March, more people trusted Trump than the media already. But then look at the point drop between then and now. All right, so now only 55%, okay, when polled again, trusted their governor. So it dropped 14 points. The CDC went from 86 to 54. That's a total of 32 points dropped. The national media dropped from 45 to 35. That's a 10-point drop. And Donald Trump only dropped 6 points of those people polled. He only dropped 6 points. So you know what I call that, Derek? I call that winning quite frankly, I'll take the least amount of points dropped any day. That's what they tell me. Probably, quite frankly, I'm the best. I like that poll in a bigly way. It just goes to show you, man. And that's why Biden is coming out as like this big law and order person now. All of a sudden he's law and order. The same guy that's like in the same breath. He says he doesn't want to defund the police, but he wants to defund the police. I know it's totally gaslighting. Totally gaslighting. But that's what the liberals do. They always call you and say they say what they're doing, but they pan it off on you. You know, they say you're a racist, they're racist. They're the ones that see skin color. I don't care what color of skin you have. They're the ones that make me want to see skin color. You know, so it's just they're the ones that create people and put labels on people and put people in boxes and divisions and stereotypes and all of that stuff. So, you know, it is true. It's totally true. Well, man, an hour and a half. That went by quick. People are going to be like, dang, you guys went from a little over an hour to an hour and a half. Is next episode going to be 2 hours? Time flies when you're having fun.
Oh, well, the longer the better.
And before we get off, I think it's hilarious that Nancy Pelosi, right, defies her own regulation, gets caught on camera in the salon, getting her hair blown out and done, while businesses get open. It was a setup. You know what's funny? She gets in front of everybody, and like a little kid doesn't take ownership. She's not like, oh, hey, you caught me, you got me, sorry. Nope, she's like, I didn't know, and they recorded me without my consent. I'm like, please, you walk into Walmart and you're recorded. You didn't give anybody consent. It's called CCTV, right? You don't need consent, you know? So it's like, I just love the fact that the owner was like, of course, Nancy, please, you're stopping us from like running business, but you reach out to us and sure, we'll have you inside. Oh, wear a mask? No, we will wear masks, but no, you don't have to if you don't want to. I mean, you tell us to, but sure, go ahead. Did you see her slink from one room to the other? 80-year-old Nancy Pelosi, getting my hair done. Other people are like fighting to keep their businesses alive, and she's getting her hair washed and blown out. 80-year-old woman, she's not afraid to not wear a mask. She's not afraid to go outside, right? What is she taking that makes her so brave? Is she taking hydroxychloroquine? Yeah. Is she on some sort of preventative, prophylactic medication that they're not telling us about? Probably the same thing that Donald Trump's on. Donald Trump's like, I take hydroxychloroquine and I take zinc. Take that COVID. And if I get the COVID, I'm going to take some azithromycin and I'm going to be fine. No, but they're out there like, they're out slamming a drug that's been around for like 65 years. A drug that I took when I went to Haiti. Think about it. Like, I don't know. And anyway, and literally Left and her have fear-mongered other 80-year-olds into their home. Like, they still haven't come outside. They're afraid to leave their house. Yeah, that's because but they've been told that the killer lurks outside their door. That if they step outside, they're going to die. And if you don't heed our every advice, our every warning, then you will die. Like, they've literally shut people in their homes. And Nancy Pelosi's like, gonna go get my hair done. Like, it's just, and then she blames it on the store owner.
No. And then she goes, "Oh, they said they could do this within the rules and regulations.
You made the fines and all that. Like, you know what? It was probably Donald Trump set me up. Called the. You know? Oh, did he really say that? Fredo said that. Fredo.
Como said that.
I love how Trump calls him Fredo. He hates that.
He said it, and he was like,
he's
like, oh, well, maybe Nancy's just taking a page out of Donald Trump's
like,
book.
And then how savage was the press conference when Kylie like put or Kaylee, right? Kaylee, she had two screens up of Nancy Pelosi in there, like just showing like what she was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That was badass.
Dude, I love it.
We're going to keep playing this on loop.
People are awake. People are waking up. Anyway, guys, thanks for sticking with us for an hour and a half tonight, right? At least we're getting done at a more reasonable hour. It's like last time we started at 1:00, Derek. It's only 20 after right now. beautiful thing. Maybe I'll be able to do the upload right now.
Right? Maybe
And
be able
work
to
on
get
it a
some
little
sleep
bit. I don't
now.
know. I got to be up early. Got to take Willow to the vet.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, just a checkup. Just a check.
Uh-oh. No good?
I know. The dog Rona.
Oh, all right. That's good. Make sure she don't get the Rona.
Dovid.
Yeah.
Dovid-19. Ruh-roh.
Ooh, hey,
Ruh-roh.
Dovid. Dovid.
Oh, yeah. Scruff, McGruff, Chicago, Illinois, 60652, and take a bite out of crime.
McGruff, Chicago, Illinois. Dude, you remember when you first did that when we were playing video games? Dude, I take a bite out of crime. My chair laughing. You sound,
drugs are whack, kids. Don't do them. And if you see them, report them. Chicago, Illinois, 60652. Take a bite out of crime. Yeah, that's good, man. Drained. Only you can prevent forest fires. Old smoke. Bear. All right, anyway. Here we go again. All right, so do you have any parting words? One of these.
Wait. People are listening to this podcast, right?
Yo, I like
every
it.
time you listen to it, be night, day. Just have a fantastic day.
You got to come up with a sign
to you
off.
again later down the road.
But you could just be like, have a nice day.
Fuck off.
That's what the LA Beast says, though. I don't know if you ever watched that guy. He's awesome. He's like, we'll talk about him another day. But he says, have a nice day.
No.
We'll talk about that another
Fuck you, San
movie
Diego.
night. Thank you so much. I appreciate the laughs, as always.
Yeah.
And so remember, like, one thing that I like to say, and I like to bring into the fold, is to be a good human being. Don't be a dink, right? Because dinks stink, especially when you don't shower. No, I'm just kidding. But dinks really stink. You show yourself, yeah. And remember to laugh, okay?
Hey,
and these colors don't run,
yourself.
And neither do we. Yeah. All right, everybody. Have a wonderful night.
Yeah, bad. Right.
How bad can I be? I'm just doing what comes naturally. How bad